12.
Good evening, Coatesville Area School District. I'd like to call to order the Coatesville Area School District Board meeting scheduled for January 23rd, 2024. Agenda item 1B, reading of the mission statement. The mission of the Coatesville Area School District, rich in diversity and committed to excellence, is to create innovative educational experiences which are funded by the taxpayers, supported by the community, delivered by dedicated teachers and administrators to ensure all students will become responsible, contributing global citizens. 1C, advisement. By notice of the President, board members are advised that all votes shall be regarded as roll call votes. The minutes should also note that public notice was given for this meeting in accordance with Act 93 of 1998, Section 1. School board meetings shall proceed in accordance with school board policy. Madam Secretary, please call for roll.
Andrew Finkbonner.
Here.
Liren Yako.
Here.
Holly Charest.
Holly is to be excused this evening.
Thank you. Becky Harlan.
Here.
Liz Muirhead.
Here.
Donna Rowland.
Here.
Robin Seagreaves.
Here.
Jennifer Schott.
Here.
Steve Wilson.
Here.
Isabella Imburgia. Emma Strivert.
Here.
Thank you. At this time, if everyone can please stand for a moment of silence and salute to the flag. To my colleagues, are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to this evening's agenda? Are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to this evening's agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to 3A, public comment on agenda items. The board has requested all persons making comments on agenda items to list their name, address, telephone number, and motion items on the sheet provided. There's a 3-minute time limit per person. The board does not take action or discuss items not appearing on the agenda. The board values public comments and wishes to convey that although board members cannot discuss these items that are not on the agenda, they listen carefully and appreciate and value input from the public. Lori Shannon Bailey.
Good evening. Is there any reason the 8 expulsions were not on the agenda for the last board meeting?
Expulsions typically do not come through the committee meeting. They go on the board meeting. Historically, we had special board meetings at the end of the evening, which we did away with those.
Okay. All right. So I would ask that you all, I don't know what the circumstances are, and I've heard from specific board members that parents are asking for certain things, but I don't know that there's any other school district in the county that's expelling students at the rate that we are. But there are other options or other opportunities that students can be disciplined. And in my view, this is the school to prison pipeline. So I would ask that you collaborate with the community and come up with creative ways to keep children out of the Lincoln Center Academy if that's the route. And find creative ways to discipline students and to keep them in the school district. With regards to voting to raise our taxes, looking at the general fund cash balance, I see a balance of $205,427,000. I'm not sure what your plans are with that money, but please be prudent. Please be cautious in raising our taxes. Many senior citizens could be at risk for losing their homes. I know you all care deeply about this community as I do. Please be mindful. I do appreciate the manner in which you all are handling the budget. I'm very proud of the financial situation that we're in. Please be mindful of raising our taxes. I'm sure they'll be raised. In terms of the HR report, I see that we're paying a teacher upwards of $90,000. I know, Andrew, you and I have talked about how teacher salaries are connected to the union contract. I also see a teacher salary at $51,000. For whatever it's worth, I hope we don't have any teacher resignations. The Lincoln Center contract, I'm aware that it's a contract with the Justice Center. I'd like to know where the mental health, the certified mental health counselor is going to be placed. Which building is that mental health counselor going to be placed? Can someone answer that? I guess not. So much for transparency. Let's see here. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shannon Bailey. Move on to agenda item 4A, approval of the minutes. Recommended action, the Board of School Directors approve the minutes for the December 5th, 2023 reorganization meeting, subject to any additions, deletions, modifications, or clarifications. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote, please.
Jennifer Schott.
Abstain.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Mira Nyako.
Yes.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Letter 4B, approval of the minutes. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the minutes for the December 5th, 2023 school board meeting, subject to any additions, deletions, modifications, or clarifications. Do we have a motion? Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote, please.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Donna Roland,
Yes.
Leon Yako,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Abstain.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to 5A, executive session. Executive session was held on January 8, 2024 and January 22nd, 2024 for legal and personnel reasons. And moving on to the student representatives report, Isabella and Emma, I'll turn it over to you.
Good evening, Dr. Van Voren and the Board of School Directors. I'm Emma Shivert, the Junior School Board Representative. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge and congratulate our Coatesville Raiderbots who competed in their first competition of the school year this past Saturday at the Penn State York campus. Team number 13669 Raiderbots finished on the first place Alliance team and added another trophy to the case. Team 20094 Raiderbots Squared also had a great day, winning 3 of their 5 matches. In addition to the competition, the students enjoyed meeting robotics teams from all over Pennsylvania. Both teams are looking forward to their next 2 events. Secondly, last month, more than 70 of our Coatesville Area School District female student athletes attended the district's first female athlete conference, where they had a chance to learn from and listen to some of the best athletic mentors in the region, including our girls' head basketball coach, Tina Nicholson, her mentor, Coach Bob Schnur, as well as from speakers who help athletes improve mental health and provide support for the unique challenges females in sports may face. They were able to interact with a group called Coaching Girls Beyond the Game, which offers programs that foster leadership skills and healthy relationships, and Morgan's Message, a student-athlete mental health advocacy group. This 3-hour conference provided support, inspiration, and encouragement for these students. Finally, our CASD winter sports season is now past the halfway point. Fans who want to stay up to date and view results can use our new league website at www.chestmontleague.com. This concludes my report for the evening. Have a good night.
Good evening. I'm Isabella Imburgio, the Senior Representative to the School Board. Yesterday marks the end of the second marking period, and we are essentially at the midpoint of the school year. Students completed their midterm exams, and today is the first day of the third marking period. That being said, our cash administrators recently met with the student body throughout all the English classes to remind them of expectations so that everyone can enjoy the second half of the school year. In addition, the Coatesville Area Senior High School will be hosting some upcoming events in the coming weeks. The 4th annual Mr. Coatesville pageant will be held this Friday evening, January 26th at 7 p.m. in the Cash Auditorium. The event is open to the public and all tickets are $5 and electronic only through the Hometown Ticketing app. All proceeds will support the senior class and specifically the senior prom. Next, on Thursday, February 1st, our Leo Club has arranged for a Red Cross blood drive event to be held in the Cash Gym from 7:45 to 12:45. Students and staff members are eligible to participate with parent permission needed for those under the age of 16. Registration can be done by scanning the QR codes posted in the building, and we encourage you to consider donating, as one donation can save up to 3 lives. Lastly, the Coatesville Area District Science Showcase will be held in our high school cafeteria on Saturday, February 3rd with a snow date of Saturday, February 10th. The showcase will be open from 10 a.m. to noon, and anyone interested is invited to walk through to view the projects. That concludes my report for this evening. I hope everyone has a great night.
Isabella and Emma, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. And I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Van Voren, Superintendent's report.
Good evening. Today, as we gather here for our school board meeting, I'd like to take a moment to express our heartfelt appreciation to the dedicated individuals who make up our esteemed school board. As we celebrate School Board Appreciation Month, hence the gift bags, it's crucial to recognize the tireless efforts and unwavering commitment to our school board members. They play a pivotal role in shaping the direction of our educational community and ensuring the success and well-being of our students. To our school board members, thank you for your selfless service to our community. Your decisions profoundly impact the lives of our students and success of our schools. In honor of School Board Appreciation Month, I extend our sincere gratitude with this small gift for each board member for your time, effort, and expertise that you generously provide. Your dedication to the betterment of education is commendable, so thank you for your outstanding service to our community. In other news, you have already heard about our amazing Coatesville Robotics Club, Raiderbots, finishing first place at their recent competition. To continue this momentum, our teams are looking forward to the upcoming Eastern PA qualifier, which will take place on February 17th, starting at 7:45 in the morning, right here at Cache. So please feel free to come on out and support our teams. Lastly, our elementary students took part in the annual district spelling bee last week at Rainbow Elementary School. The overall winning school was Kings Highway Elementary School. Some of our students in grades 3, 4, and 5 will be traveling to the Chester County Intermediate Unit for the County Bee on February 7th. Being a part of the spelling bee develops language skills, increases vocabulary, and strengthens life skills such as work ethic. We wish our students good luck in the coming weeks, and this concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Van Voren. Agenda item 7B, important dates. February 13th, 2024, committee meeting at 6 p.m., Coatesville Area Senior High School Auditorium. February 27th at 6 p.m., school board meeting, Coatesville Area Senior High School Auditorium. Moving on to special reports, I will turn it over to Mr. Chenger for a high school presentation.
Good evening, Board of School Directors, Dr. Van Voren, and community members. Thank you for allowing the senior high school administrative team the opportunity to provide you with an update this evening on what we have been doing so far this school year at the high school. Our purpose and objectives for this presentation is to align this information with our ATSI plan that revolves around the ABCs: attendance, behaviors, and coursework. And when I say coursework, I'm talking in and out of the classroom. Mrs. McDonald will be first talking about and updating you this evening on our attendance initiatives to this point in the school year.
Good evening. So we've been holding monthly early warning system meetings with representatives from the Chester County Intermediate Unit. At our last meeting, our data has demonstrated that we've maintained consistent attendance rate, and actually it's been showing a slight decrease in our absenteeism. So the initiatives that we're doing, while we are working to do more, they are starting to work, and we're starting to see a decrease in our students not attending school. One of the initiatives that we are doing in this area was to focus on students who fell between a 70% and 80% attendance rate. We felt if we hit the middle of the road students and we just worked with them just a little bit more to get them up to that 90% attendance rate, that we would be in a really good position in showing growth in that area. So what we did is we have about 85 students. Each student was partnered up with one teacher, and that teacher, it's just a check and connect kind of system that we're doing. Our restorative coach, Dana Jane, is running it. She's sending out weekly questions and topics for teachers to connect. They're checking in with these students. Some of them are students that they're already on their roll, some of them are not, but they had them before. So they're just working with them, and I'm going to be running the data shortly to see how that's going, to see if we're seeing an increase to get them from that 70 to 80% up to 90%. Our PBI, we have included our PBIS team into this initiative. They are going to a monthly training session at the IU to help come up with some more creative initiatives for this. And we are going to be working to boost the class and daily attendance rates. We did want to recognize one of our students who, unfortunately, he could not be here tonight. He had a prior commitment, Andrew DiVirgilio. He has maintained perfect attendance for the first half of this school year. So kudos to him for, showing up every day for 90 days to every single class. But unfortunately, like I said, he couldn't be here, but we still did want to recognize him. Now I'm going to turn over to discuss our climate initiatives to Mr. Jack Jane.
Good evening. We're fortunate at the high school to have a climate and behavior team that our students know and have come to develop great relationships with through their daily interactions. Steve Brazel and Will Keeler are our climate coaches that work to keep our buildings safe and encourage good decision making amongst our students. Both are also alumni that are familiar with our school and the community in which they serve. Charlanda Legree, Dana Jane, and Eric Schindeldecker provide behavioral and restorative strategies that include conflict resolution, time management, and other support and coping mechanisms. Most recently, we partnered with the Parksburg Point that was board approved in October. The Point staff assist in hallway supervision. We typically have anywhere from 4 to 5 staff members daily. Each of these members has an assigned area in our building. Moving forward, we are also looking to have each serve as a mentor to those students who are in need and connect with them at least twice per week. I'd like to take a moment to thank Point CEO Dwayne Walton, who is in the audience with us this evening. Additionally, we've also partnered with the Bridge Academy of Coatesville, who chooses one Friday a month to recognize our staff by having small gestures of gratitude, whether it's school supplies, snacks, or coffee and donuts. And now to introduce our coursework section, Mr. Jeff Cole.
Hello, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. You can go to the next slide if you could, Mr. Changer. So I just want to talk for a couple minutes about one of our coursework initiatives, our College Board partnership, and the PSAT that our students were invited to take in October, and give you some results and do some student recognitions. So as the slide says, on October 18th, all 10th and 11th grade students were invited to participate in the PSAT exam that is administered by College Board. One of the things that was interesting and a challenge, but one that we overcame, is this is our first experience doing this fully electronically. So our tech department and ourselves worked to make sure that it was even possible, and then found out that it was possible, and then worked to make sure that it was implemented, and it ran perfectly. It was really, really good. So I want to give a shout out to the tech folks in the house and their whole team and their department, because they did a fantastic job helping us out. This paves the way, this electronic method paves the way for us to offer the SAT in March to our 11th graders, and that will also be fully electronic. So the advantages of that are simple, that students get their scores quicker, all that turnaround is much faster, much less paperwork, much less FedEx, UPS, all that. So we're very excited about that. 438 10th and 11th graders sat for the PSAT on the 18th. Just some nuts and bolts. 35 of the 232 10th graders had a combined score of 1,000 or more, with 4 of those 10th graders having a score over 1,200. And we'll get to what that means in the next slide. But 38 of the 206 11th graders scored 1,000 or better, with 5 of the 11th graders scoring a 1,200 or better. Mr. Changer, next slide, please. So to put that into context, the national average for a PSAT score is hovering around 920. Anything over a 1,210 puts you in the 10th percentile of test takers nationally. So we would like to congratulate some of our students who scored above a 1,200. So my PSAT folks, you guys can stand up for me. Maybe stand right here. And I'll call their names and they can step forward and be recognized. Students, thank you for your efforts, your hard work, coming to school every day, working hard. So we'd like to congratulate Jacob Clapp, Alexander Eugene, Sam Hack, Zoe Moles, Noah Petrarca. Woo! And in 11th grade, it's exciting stuff, folks. Lily Burke, Emily Evans, Evangeline Hunt, Ben O'Toole, and Elijah Okamura. So a quick round of applause. Thank you. Students, thanks so much. You can have a seat. Again, thank you for all your hard work. So a couple things that we'll do with this data. First of all, our students get feedback, right? They have a sense of where they're scoring well, where their strengths are, where their areas of development are, to prepare them to take the SAT as an 11th grader in March. And it'll help Cash with our review of our own instructional practices and how we can drive instruction and make this a better place to work and learn. So we look forward to our continued partnership with College Board, and that's our PSAT information. So thank you guys very much.
Another piece of valuable, or I should say another valuable tool that we've been using this year, specifically in math, is IXL Math. Again, our math department has been utilizing this diagnostic tool to track and monitor student progress over the course of the year. Students take an online assessment 3 times during the year to track growth, strengths, and areas for development. Teachers also have the ability for students to utilize this daily for skill building, so they can integrate it into the class, and I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up here. So this slide here, if you're on the one with the statistics, to show you just some numbers, again, with a total of 313,156 questions being answered, a total of 2,935 combined hours have been spent so far this year. So that's just some statistical data that the program is able to track along the way. And again, this is just another representation of that information. Okay, this slide just shows the different measurements of student growth. In addition to the information that's seen on this current slide, our teachers have been utilizing IXL as a tool to also assign remediation as well as an extension piece. Many also integrate it into their lesson plans throughout the grading period to address specific areas of need. As noted above, our teachers utilize the snapshots for students to have practice at their level in and out of the classroom. So this is something that can be translated into their home as well and be used there. So it doesn't have to happen just in the building. It is a tool that truly meets students where they are in an effort to improve. IXL also aligns with and assists with skill plans that our teachers utilize. As you see, these include their classroom resources and also the various assessments that occur at the secondary level. One of our teachers encapsulated IXL the best when she indicated that it is rich with individualized and differentiated practice for students to hone their newly developed skills. It provides instantaneous feedback as well as one-on-one assistance when a student is struggling. It immediately provides the student, whether correct or not, and if incorrect, a link to a lesson for further assistance is an option within this program. IXL essentially has helped teachers with a mapped out plan of lessons and practice as needed. I'd also like to take time to thank one of our supervisors, Mrs. Mancinelli, for assisting our math department with the use of IXL and these different capabilities. At this time, I'd like to call Mr. Chain back up as he's going to talk about writing across the curriculum that, again, one of our other supervisors, Mrs. Master Marino, assisted to get in place as well in our building this year.
Welcome back, everyone. Writing across the curriculum encourages students to write using best practices in other content areas outside of English. It utilizes focused correction areas, which are targeted skills for improvement. So looking at the slide, students will write one 10% summary of a content-based nonfiction article per month. Teachers choose these articles based upon length. Student scores will be based on the focused correction areas. You'll see FCAs listed. If an article has 750 words, then the summary should be approximately 75 words. FCAs increase rigor, building towards well-developed constructed responses and essays. Each essay will start with what's called a start sentence. Students will then complete the 10% summary sheet graphic organizer. The START acronym is source, title, author, right verb, and topic. So in the example sentence in the Newsella article, Hurricane Katrina was a devastating storm, John Smith describes the demonstration that occurred in New Orleans. You can see the highlighted information there, helping students build stronger sentences. Next slide, please. This is our current schedule for writing across the curriculum. As you see, each month is listed, and each FCA then develops a specific skill, and they increase in rigor. These skills build upon one another, increasing in rigor every month, culminating in an 8-sentence or longer response, which prepares students not only for our Keystone exams, but also any field of study or occupation they choose in the future. I'd like to turn this back over to Mr. Chenger to speak about internships.
Last month, 5 of our high school students recently completed the welding internship program at Morgan Trucking. The 5 students were honored at the Morgantown location on December 14th with a ceremony for family and school representatives. To qualify for this program, students have to be a senior and at least 17 years of age, and students will also have to be 18 to be offered a full-time job after successfully completing the internship program. Students first have to complete an application, take an online assessment, and then have an interview. If accepted, the internship is then 18 weeks long. First 6 weeks is safety training within the classroom and lab. The second 6 weeks is when the students actually learn to weld, and the final 6 weeks is when they actually put their newly acquired skill into practice and actually do the welding skill. In addition to internships with Morgan, we are also in some early discussions with some other local businesses and organizations to see if this is something that we can take this formalized internship approach and be able to replicate it elsewhere within our community. I do want to now call up we have 2 of the 5 students here this evening, so I'd like to call up those students to be recognized, please. So the 2 students here tonight are Sufi Lambert, oh, wave, Suf, and Logan Wolf. Thank you, gentlemen. In addition to these 2 young men, we also had 3 others, Braden Jones-Jennings, Jaden Pennington, and John Wikowski, who also completed this program recently. Now I'm going to turn it back to Mrs. McDonald to recognize 2 students who have achieved within the arts.
So we always like to recognize our students who also perform outside the classroom. So we have 2 students here who have been recognized in the area of arts. And one of them you're familiar with the holiday card winner, Rose Rivera. Do you want to come on up, Rose? And our 2023-2024 honor soloist, Alex Werner. Come on up, Alex. Congratulations to both of you.
And obviously you had a chance to see all the holiday cards, and Rose's was fantastic. And hopefully you were able to attend a Meistersinger's carol service in December, and Alex was absolutely amazing with his solo event there. So great job. So unfortunately, the next piece of information, our Director of Athletics, Miss Luciani, could not be here to present, as she is currently running a game across the street for a senior night program, so I volunteered to take it from her. Let's see here. Again, it is my pleasure to step in for her to recognize our fall student athlete achievements. Before I do so, I think it's important to note that these extracurricular activities provide students with an additional layer of support through eligibility requirements to participate, but also more importantly, over the course of their days participating as a student athlete and on a team, that they acquire skills that some students may not otherwise acquire. That is why it's critical for us to continue to make efforts to grow these programs. In fact, this past fall season demonstrated an increase in participation numbers from that of last fall. These skills acquired through athletics and activities lead to future success on and off the competition surface. And also one of these reasons, this is why one of the reasons that statistics show that 95%, I'm going to repeat that, 95% of Fortune 500 company CEOs were high school student athletes. At this time, I'd like to invite our student athletes who have been named to the Fall All-Chesmont team, first team, forward to be recognized. These students, again, have been selected as the first team All-League members for outstanding performance on the field this past fall. So students, if you could please come forward to be recognized. Okay, our first student is from girls soccer, first team All-Chesmont, Riley Kinsler. We can wave Riley. Here it is. Good. Our next student from our field hockey team, and I know one of the board members is probably very interested in hearing this, is Lorelei is a goalie, first team All-Chesmont, and second team All-State, Lorelei Lahanke. From boys soccer, first team All-Chesmont, Gavin Massimi. And from football, not with us tonight, first team All-Chesmont and first team All-Area, Francisco Hall. Another student who cannot be with us tonight, first team All-Chesmont, first team All-Area, and first team All-State, Amir Haskett. Our next student is with us tonight, first team All-Chesmont, first team All-Area, Matt Luton. Our next student who could not be with us, first team All-Chesmont, honorable mention All-Area, Tommy McAnally. And finally, first team all Chesmont and first team all area, Connor Rickaball. So again, thank you to our student athletes for representing Coatesville in our community. I also added a slide in that there are a number of other students who were recognized on one of the all Chesmont teams, whether it's second team or honorable mention, so I also want to include them as well. So that is included in the presentation. One of my final slides that I'd just like to share with the board and the community, and this speaks more to our district and our community, is the most recent rankings from niche.com. Coatesville Area School District was ranked number 2 out of 499 schools in Pennsylvania for being the most diverse school district in Pennsylvania. That's number 2 out of 499. So I'm sure you may have heard that, but I just wanted to, again, reemphasize some of this information. For athletes, number 9 out of 494 in the state. On the national scale, Coatesville Area School District is number 11 out of 11,549 school districts as the most diverse school district in America. Our school district is recognized as the number 178th school for athletes out of 10,346 programs. So again, just some information that I also want to include in this slide. I do thank you for your time. I'm hoping that I stay within my time limits, and you know, at this time, if there are any questions or anything that we can answer for you, we'd be more than happy to do so.
Mr. Changer, I don't have a question, but a couple thank yous and a kudos to appreciation. You said it yourself, but I'll say it on behalf of the board to the students sitting here and the students who are not here this evening. Absolutely phenomenal job, each and every one of you. We sit up here as a board because of each and every one of you. So excellent job. Continue to excel. Continue to put forth maximum effort. To the administrators, excellent leadership. This is what we look for in the school district. And to the teachers that aren't here to be recognized, that are in the trenches, that are doing the work to help support the students, a fantastic job. You mentioned diversity. It is one of the prerogatives of this board sitting up here to continue to embrace that diversity at the highest level in the school district. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to agenda item 9A, motion items for approval. Adoption of consent agenda. Committee meeting action items considered routine will be enacted under one motion unless removed for separate action under board request. The purpose of the consolidated motion is to expedite governing board action on all consent items which are not held for discussion. Items that have been held for discussion by the governing board will be enacted at the time the item is discussed. So to my colleagues, are there any items that we would like to remove from consent agenda? I do have a couple cornerstone items, if you don't mind, that I'd like to go through. There's quite a few, so I may cover yours, so just keep track. If not, feel free to add to the list. We'll start with finance, number 10. First will be 10A, that's financial statements. 10C, 2024-2025 budget resolution, and 10S, human resources report. So before we move on to the items from education, are there any other items that my colleagues wish to have removed from the finance agenda? That would be number 10.
Can we remove 10R as well, please?
Absolutely. 10R as well. That's the Fulton Prudential Resolution Agreement.
Yes.
Any other items from finance? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to education. Number 11. I'd like to remove letter 11F, confidential release and settlement agreement. Letter H, I, J, and K, those are all course catalogs for grades 6 through 12. Letter V, proposed 2024-2025 calendar, as well as W through DD. Those are all the proposed expulsions on the agenda this evening. To my colleagues, are there any other education committee items to be removed from consent agenda?
11P, special education support review with the CCIU.
All right. Any other items from my colleagues for education? All right, hearing none. Moving on to the Operations Committee, number 12, we'll remove letter A, East Fallowfield Township CASD reimbursement agreement. Are there any other items from my colleagues for operations?
Yes. Can we remove letter M, the Lincoln Center for Family and Youth?
Certainly can. Any other items from operations? All right, hearing none. Any items from policy to be removed this evening? All right, hearing none, those will be the items that we will remove from agenda. I would ask for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, call for a vote, please.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Lear Nyako,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, Chair Muirhead, I will turn it over to you for the items from Finance Committee.
Okay, so are you turning that over to me? Okay.
Yes.
So we'll start with item A, financial statements. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the, recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the financial statements and bills payable list as presented. Is there any discussion? Questions, comments? Okay. Seeing none, call for the vote.
We'll call for a motion first.
Okay, can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Call for the vote?
Andrew Finkbeiner,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, next item is item C, I believe. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 budget resolution option B, which is to stay within the 6.9% Act 1 index for budget as presented. We have to do a motion and second before we discuss?
Yes.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. All right, any discussion? I think perhaps the reason that you pulled this off the agenda again was just to clarify once again what this is. This is simply a resolution that allows us to make a decision at this early point in the year before we have a full budget developed, whether we will go to the voters and ask them to approve an opportunity for us to increase taxes above the limit. And we're saying we are not looking to do that. We don't want to increase taxes above the limit. We're going to stay within our limit, and we're passing a resolution to that. And the administrative team will develop a budget based on that limit. So want to be clear that this is not a budget proposal. It is not a guarantee as to what the tax increase will be. It is a cap that says we will not go above this cap and we will not go to the voters and ask for permission to go above this cap. Anything that any of my colleagues would add to that?
No, you are spot on. Additionally, because it is a budget resolution, it does require a roll call vote.
Any other discussion or questions? Okay, call for the vote.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Leora Nyako.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Donna Roland.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, next item is the
Letter R.
Yes. The Fulton Prudential Resolution Agreement recommended action that the Board of Directors authorize the administration to waive interest and penalties for the 2021 tax year for the parcels listed on the attached spreadsheet as presented. The attachment is included in the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Thank you. Any discussion on this or questions? There is an opportunity before the meeting starts to sign up to make any comments or ask any questions about agenda items that the board would take into consideration during the course of the meeting. And then you can also sign up still now on the podium to make any comments at the end of the meeting, and those don't have to be limited to agenda items. It is posted on the website. You are very welcome. On this item, the Fulton Prudential Resolution Agreement, but it could just be that we just had such a long agenda, but I don't remember us discussing this at committee, and I thought it might be helpful just to explain briefly why we sometimes will waive these fees. So I don't know if somebody from administration would like to speak to that, or is that something that one of you could?
Sure, I can take that.
Thank you.
So we've done this for back in for the 19 and 20 taxes as well. This would have been grouped into that at that time, but this was just turned over recently to Portnoy, who collects our delinquent taxes. So this will allow the bank to finish the purchase of this property. It's about a $7,000 waiver of interest and penalties, but it's going to be about a $60,000 tax collection if the board approves that tonight.
Thank you so much for sharing that context. Any other discussion or questions? Okay, call for the vote.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Donna Roland.
Yes.
Leora Nyako.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay. Moving on to item S, recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the resignations, appointments, new positions, leaves of absence, transfers, changes of status, and corrections as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Okay. Let me open that item for discussion. Any questions or comments from the board? Okay. Very happy to see that we were able to fill that ESL position. I know there was a comment from Ms. Shannon Bailey about the salary for that position. It's been a very difficult position to fill. It is a very important position for our students, and so it's great to see that we've been able to find a highly qualified teacher to fill that position. With that, I'll call for the vote.
Leora Nyako.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Abstain.
Donna Roland.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to education, starting with letter F, confidential release and settlement agreement of 1000887. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the confidential release and settlement agreement for student 1000887 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Call for the vote.
Leora Nyako.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Donna Roland.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter H, 2024-2025 course catalog, grade 6. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 course catalog addendum for grade 6 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Letter I, 2024-2025 course catalog, grade 7. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 course catalog addendum for grade 7 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Letter J, 2024-2025 course catalog, grade 8. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 course catalog addendum for grade 8 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Letter K, 2024-2025 course catalog, grades 9 through 12. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 course catalog addendum for grades 9 through 12 as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Yes, Chair Harlan, just as a point of clarity, I pulled these agenda items simply to give each board member an individual roll call vote.
Okay, call for the vote.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter B, CCIU Special Education Support Program Review Proposal. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposal for the CCIU to conduct a specialized program review, SPR, of our special education program at the Coatesville area senior high school. The purpose of the specialized program review is to develop and provide customized supports to our special education instructional staff and building administration to enhance the quality, efficiency, and effectiveness of our special education programs and to improve student outcomes and increase consumer satisfaction. This proposal presents 62 hours of direct service and support at a total cost of $8,000 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I did, thank you. I had asked a question during the committee meetings that I did not request the administration answer at that time, but the question was, why or what is the benefit of outsourcing this type of review rather than having our special education admin do that? And so I'm hoping that since I gave you some time to come back with that, you have some thoughts on that to share with us today.
Miss George will be taking that one for you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Ms. George.
So typically when we do a program audit, they are done by a third party because they're coming in with different perspectives, often different skill sets, knowledge about programs that they've seen in other schools and other places that may represent an exemplary program. Once they do that program audit, they make recommendations to the school team in what we can do to enhance or improve the programs that we're already providing. After we do that, then we talk about what are the steps that we have to take to make those changes. Oftentimes, those changes require sometimes intensive supports, direct support to our teachers that we don't have with the staff, maybe with the skill set or with the amount of time that it would take to provide to those staff members to make sure it's a meaningful experience. So that's why we try to work with outside agencies to give us that support and making it a meaningful experience and to get the outcome that we're looking for within our programs.
Thank you. That's exceptionally helpful.
All right, thank you.
Does anyone have any other questions? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter B, proposed 2024-2025 calendar. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed 2024-2025 calendar as presented. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
No.
Jennifer Schott, Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter W, proposed expulsion 1-0006485. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0006485 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Call for the vote.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter X. Proposed expulsion 1-0006787. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0006787 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Call for the vote.
Robin Seagreaves,
No.
Jennifer Schott, Andrew Finkbonner,
No.
Donna Rowland,
No.
Steve Wilson,
No.
Liren Yako,
No.
Becky Harlan,
No.
Liz Muirhead.
No.
Motion denied.
Moving on to letter Y. Proposed expulsion 1-0010370. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0010370 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Call for the vote.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
No.
Andrew Finkbonner,
No.
Jennifer Schott, Steve Wilson,
No.
Liren Yako,
No.
Donna Rowland.
No.
Motion denied.
Letter Z, proposed expulsion 1-0011839. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0011839 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Call for the vote.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Donna Rowland.
No.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter AA. Proposed expulsion 1-0011867. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0011867 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Call for the vote.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
No.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
No.
Liz Muirhead.
No.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter BB. Proposed expulsion 1-0012269. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0012269 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Call for the vote.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter CC. Proposed expulsion 1-0012892. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 1-0012892 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Call for the vote.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
No.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to letter DD, proposed expulsion 100227885. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 100227885 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Call for the vote.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
No.
Steve Wilson.
No.
Donna Rowland.
No.
Lear Nyako.
No.
Becky Harlan.
No.
Robin Seagreaves.
No.
Jennifer Schott.
No.
Liz Muirhead.
No.
Motion denied.
Chair Schott, I'll turn it over to you for operations, please.
All right. 12A, East Fallowfield Township CASD reimbursement agreement. The recommended action is that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement for reimbursement of professional consultation costs between Coatesville Area School District and East Fallowfield Township for comments and feedback on proposed development of new elementary school being built at location of South Brandywine Middle School. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, call for the vote, please.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Becky Harlan.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Andrew Finkbeiner.
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, moving on to letter M, the Lincoln Center and Family and Youth MOU. The recommended action is that the Board of School Directors approve the memorandum of understanding between the CASD and the Lincoln Center for the Family and Youth to provide a grant-funded certified mental health counselor in partnership with the CASD Police Department at no cost to the school district or police department as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Yes. So I am just trying to understand, I'm not sure who is going to answer, but I'm just trying to understand the role of this mental health counselor, where the counselor is going to be. We have mental health therapists in all of our buildings who now see students. So I'm just trying to understand what this role will be and who this person will be seeing.
Okay, I'm going to have Chief Galbraith come down and talk about the program.
Hey guys, good evening. So this particular position came to us probably about 3 months ago. We were actually approached by the Lincoln Center after being referred to through several police agencies locally. So basically what this program is it's a co-responder program. So it's where we partner a licensed social worker with the police department. So the police department would make referrals if we see something. And honestly, really what it is, it's a program that we're trying to use to divert and keep the kids out of out of the juvenile justice system is really what it is.
So again, my question is
Sure.
still, who is the mental, you're saying social worker, this is saying mental health provider, therapist. Have
Okay.
two different things.
No, agreed.
Who are they going to, like, who, if a kid is in the hallway, needs to talk to a mental health person, are they gonna go to
No.
the one that we have now, or are they gonna go to this one?
Yeah, they're going to go through their normal process of whatever mental health professional that they have in their building. This person, whether it be a licensed social worker or a mental health professional, is going to be referred. We as the police department will refer that student, or if we respond to a situation, crimes committed inside the school, something like that, and we feel that it benefits this student seeing a mental health person as opposed to making an arrest or entering that kid into the juvenile justice system. That's where it would be. So really, most of the referrals would come from us. It wouldn't come from the administrators. So it's partnership with the police and Lincoln Center.
So, we have a student who brings a weapon to school. They are now going to a mental health person.
No, really, it's discretionary, but and quite honestly, this is the first of its kind in Chester County. So it's really kind of, we're building the program. Right now, we're interviewing with the Lincoln Center to find candidates for this position. So there's a few that we're hoping by the end of the week we'll have somebody. But yeah, right now it's going to be the building of the program, what the expectations are of the program. But it's more, like I said, like a co-responder type of program.
It's also, and correct me if I'm wrong, for lower level, not the top 3 discipline,
Absolutely.
where it's serious bodily injury,
Yes.
drugs, or weapons.
Yes.
That's above and beyond what this service would provide.
Correct. Yes.
I also have a question.
Hold on.
Okay.
One more question, sorry, Scott.
Yep.
So, is the Lincoln Center going to be building this program in 67, building a 16 bill? So, what is that gonna look like? Will we be able to see what this program looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So the Lincoln Center, it's going to be us with the police department, obviously, you know, in cooperation with our other directors in special ed, pupil services, and the Lincoln Center. We're all basically going to get together and we're going to build this program as a team to see how, you know, how it fits here within the district and how we can utilize it to, you know, add that extra layer of resources to our kids, to give them resources that maybe they might not have otherwise.
Are you good? You good? Okay. So as it stands right now, the judgment call as to whether or not a student needs mental health resources is coming from someone with no mental health background. Do I understand that?
What's your definition of a mental health background?
Have you had any training whatsoever in
Yes,
mental health with
I have.
children? Are you licensed at all by the state or any
License,
other governing
no.
bodies?
Training, yes.
So I'm gonna need to see guidelines as to who says when a kid can and can't, theoretically, this social worker or mental health therapist should be responding to every call you guys get with you. That's how it's done in the community.
Correct. Well,
And it's not a
okay.
discretionary thing.
I mean, there isn't a program like this anywhere in Chester County right now. So.
Not in schools, in the community though.
There's not a program like this anywhere in
Okay.
Chester County.
We
We're
can
the
agree to
first.
disagree. But
Okay.
in communities, right? Social workers respond to calls with police often if they are attached to a unit. It's not a discretionary thing by the police who say, hey, we think we need you on this call. If there is a call for a domestic, the social worker is going with them to try to de-escalate.
I guess that's preference on the department. I know an agency, not locally, but in the county, that their social worker works on referral basis only. Does not ride with, does not respond with.
In this county? Because I thought you just said there weren't any.
In a neighboring county.
So, for here,
Mhm.
dealing with youth exclusively, with the exception of the one-off senior who's 18.
Sure.
I need guidelines that says, here are the calls or instances or whatever, however you want to quantify them.
Sure.
That the social worker or mental health therapist, using them interchangeably, a little bit incorrectly, but for the purposes of this, here's when that person's going to respond.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's what needs to be built. That's right now. We have to get the MOU in place so we can build that program.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, call for the vote, please.
Andrew Finkbonner,
Yes.
Becky Harlan,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, that does it for the agenda pulled from the consent agenda. We'll move on to 14A, public comment. The board has requested that all persons making comments of public concern to list their name, address, telephone number, and topic on the sheet provided. There's a 3-minute time limit per person. Lori Shannon Bailey.
In terms of expulsions, the NAACP says out-of-school suspensions and expulsions policies disproportionately impact African American students, increasing the likelihood of entering schoolism pipeline. In terms of the comments that were made about our school district being the #1 diverse school in the school district, it means nothing when we have a predominantly white administration and a predominantly white white teachers. So I've talked to you all about the importance of diversifying our administration and diversifying our teachers, so just a reminder to do that. I want to thank each of you, any of you who had anything to do with connecting me with Dr. Jarvis. We had a very, very good conversation. I was able to connect with one of my students that I advocate for. The student had gone to the Lincoln Center Academy. He had a horrible experience, so he did talk to Dr. Jarvis about that. He is having a wonderful experience with one of the teachers here. He did talk to Dr. Jarvis about that. So we're looking forward to the equity report. We talked for about 2 hours. It was a very, very good conversation. I was shocked. I thought I was going to fall out of my chair because Dr. Jarvis had some complimentary things to say about me, which was very, very shocking. But in any case, I appreciate the opportunity to have an open dialogue with him about some of the things I'm passionate about with this district. I'm looking for a trauma-informed update, wondering how we're doing with that. I guess we're not doing it. You all know that we have the highest trauma in Chester County. Many of our parents, many families are suffering from generational traumas. Many probably of these expulsions deal with trauma, the need for trauma-informed care, so it would be good to get an update on that. I'm looking for one day when I can come up here and say nothing but positive things, but to be honest with you all, I'm hurt. I've been bullied, I've been gaslit by members of this administration, and I'm not going to name names, but I'm still in therapy because I've been hurt advocating for marginalized children in this family, and that's why I stand before you here at each and every board meeting, because I represent, as I said before, the marginalized members of this community, and I will continue to do so. But I'm in therapy. I'm saying it again because I've been hurt by people in this community, people in this room, because I care deeply about these families who don't have a voice and who can't speak for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shannon Bailey. Moving on to item 15, informational items. I do have a couple quick informational items. First and foremost, I don't see her here. Maybe I do. My glasses aren't working. There she is. Ms. Kelly Cole, congratulations on your appointment as the principal at Reeseville Elementary School. I'm sure and I trust you'll do great things. Additionally, something new I'd like to do is I'd like to welcome all the new teachers that were on the agenda this evening that are hires by our HR department. On behalf of the board, welcome to Coatesville School District. And last but not least, Ms. Shannon Bailey, you mentioned the equity audit. Just a quick update on the equity audit. There will be an update that will be presented publicly in a future meeting, hopefully sooner rather than later. Yep. To my colleagues, any other informational items before we conclude this evening? Would you like to do a public comment? Sure. I'll have somebody bring down the sign up. So just a quick guideline. You have 3 minutes.
That's perfectly
and
fine.
you can comment on any items. It does not have to be specific to the agenda this evening.
No, they always.
I do not.
Thank you.
First of all, good evening, everyone. My name is Robin Miller. I'm a member of the community of Coatesville. I believe in a lot of things that the other lady that just talked prior to me talked about trauma care. I worked for the Chester County Intermediate Unit for years. I worked for Devereaux for years. I was actually working for EBS Stepping Stone as well. I was placed in the Coatesville Area School District up until 2021. I have family, grandchildren in the Coatesville Area School District. I'm a firm believer in education, but I'm a firm believer in trauma care as well. A little nervous talking. I'm also a very big proponent of mental health services within the education system. I don't like dismissive attitudes when it comes to mental health because it's very important, especially to minorities. Now, I'm not saying it's not important to all in the Coatesville Area School District, but a lot of minority families suffer from it, as well as Caucasian families, and it's not talked about. So when there's other programs that are talked about being brought upon and to help build upon and be a resource, I don't think people should take a dismissive attitude. He just basically was saying he wanted to introduce a program. He was building it. He's in the midst of it. And I just thought that it should have been a little bit more supportive attitude in regards to it. I understand you can't take time to take on every agenda initiative that's spoke about, but when it's mental health and it's about the community of the kids and the families that struggle daily, financially, emotionally, emotionally, physically, that needs to be looked upon with seriousness, not a dismissive attitude. I was very hurt to hear that because he came up here and he presented something that he wanted to benefit the Coatesville Area School District and the families of the district. Mental health is very serious. It is a very serious topic, a very serious subject. I worked for the Child Career Development Center for years. I worked for Head Start for years. I worked for Devereaux for years as the lead staff in an all-male adolescent unit, behavioral health, mental health. When I listened to that, it was very dismissive, and I was very disappointed in that. That's a very important subject in regards to the social service component of it as well. For I heard one, I don't know your name, I don't want to be rude, but you assume that every time there's a call, I don't know if it's based off of education, that when there's a situation that a social service worker responds. They don't. They don't, and that's often a problem. A lot of people, police officers are responding, and they do not know the issues of the families. They do not know how to respond. So the social service component of it is very significant. The mental health component is very significant, and it needs to be taken serious. When someone comes before you with an idea and wants to build upon what you already have established, you listen with open ears. You listen with open ears and an open mind, and you're receptive to it. For often it's beneficial to the community and the people that we serve.
Ma'am, before you walk away, my name's Jen, by the way. You completely misunderstood then my conversation with Frank. I was agreeing with you, saying the social worker or mental health therapist should be responding to every call with them so that he or she can help de-escalate the situation. So making sure that it is not a judgment call based on the police officer as to who receives those services versus who doesn't.
But I think you missed the point where he said he's in the midst of building a program.
I didn't miss that point.
He's building a program, and it takes a time to build a program like that. It's so much that I really want to talk to you guys about, but you'll be seeing me quite a bit, because I got an issue with the virtual program part of it as well, how the teachers are looking at the houses and the homes and writing up notes
Miller,
in regards to that, and that's all part of the social,
Miller,
emotional, mental health part of it.
I think what you have to say is very valued, and I appreciate that.
No, I have my 3 minutes, but
you are up on your 3 minutes.
Thank you
I appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't dismiss that people when they come up here and talk about.
We'll move on to agenda item 16A, adjournment. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion. Second.